Allow me to start this presentation with a little story. There was once a very busy traveler named Rick who had just landed after a very long flight. He was tired and hungry and missed his family dearly. After finally making it to the curb to try to find a taxi, there were none to be found. If only there were a button on his phone to have a driver ready to take him home in time for supper. Unbeknownst to Rick, there was a fellow who worked not that far away and could probably help him out if they had only known about each other. Al had a small private car service and needed customers. No matter what he did, he could not reach out to enough people and was not making enough money to pay the bills. If only there were a button on his phone that could direct him to customers that needed a ride in time for supper. Well, guess what? The Uber app has been connecting riders and drivers since 2009. With the Uber app, riders simply press the button and enter their destination. A driver responds, you get picked up, drive to your destination, and you're on your way. Payment for the whole transaction is done through your phone. Riders are happy because they no longer have to worry about having to find a cab and carrying enough cash for the driver. Drivers are happy because they get to work when they want and don't have to worry about overhead or credit card fees. Plus, they get a check every week directly into their bank accounts. Now that's a win-win arrangement. Since the launch of the Uber app, we have seen a plethora of imitators design their own apps, including the taxi cab companies. Other competitors to Uber include rides from friends or family, carpooling, or taking public transportation. There are also apps in other countries which have not made inroads in the US. For this presentation, I'm going to stick to brands in the same market. All you need to do to call up a rideshare service is tap the app button and you'll see how many vehicles that subscribe to that service are nearby and how long it will take them to pick you up. All rideshare apps charge passengers based on time and distance, run background checks on drivers and their vehicles, provide insurance, and require no cash transactions. But that's where the similarities end. Let's see how they match up against Uber. Uber is all about seriousness, decadence, and luxurious convenience you can afford. It's the way to travel like a baller, but yet still have enough money for drinks. Everything from the uniformed chauffeur to the black town car leather seats to the cool black and silver logo, all call out elegant simplicity, refinement of taste, and couture. When you arrive in an Uber black car, you arrive on time and in style. Lyft markets itself as a way to share rides, regular people with their own cars making their own seats available for strangers. Lyft wants to make its drivers your friend with a car and has drivers put signature pink mustaches on their car hoods and greet riders with fist bumps when they jump in. That may have been okay in college, but not anymore, and not for someone going to work or a night out on the town. With Sidecar, drivers set their own rates and can see what other drivers are willing to accept for the same ride. Sidecar drivers seem less inclined to jack up prices, especially if they know other drivers might win your business. Again, nice, but there's no luxury experience here. Plus, I wouldn't want to pay for a ride while the driver has their groceries and laundry in the back seat. There are also several regional taxi apps. Taxi Magic and Flywheel are two California-based companies. They offer the same service as calling the dispatch and have independent contractors driving for their cabs. Most of the drivers make their living from these taxi companies, and sometimes they also moonlight for UberX and other apps when they need more shifts than the taxi company will give them. Too little, too late. This is exactly the type of service that Uber is replacing. And now that you've heard about the rest, it's time to hear about the best. Uber also has a convenience price product called UberX, whose drivers act more like chauffeurs with passengers sitting in the back. Like the other apps, UberX is driven by private car owners who must maintain their cars clean and in top shape. But unlike the other guys, UberX has the ready-built network and name recognition the large Uber company has developed. Uber and UberX are now available in 35 countries and 61 cities in North America, giving it the largest reach of any car-sharing app in the world. Uber has two consumer groups, riders and drivers. First, let's talk about riders. Being a tech startup in San Francisco, Uber instantly appealed to the tech community. Uber took aim at these early adopters by sponsoring tech events and providing free rides. Uber's marketing gamble paid off when early adopters became brand ambassadors and took to the blogs and social media to tell the world about their new life hack called Uber. In a short survey I conducted over the last week, 44% of respondents who owned the Uber app had used the app more than once in the past month, and 10% had used it more than once in the past week. Of app users that responded, 99% stated that there was some to very good chance of recommending Uber to a friend. Uber's strategy continues to work. Now let's talk about the drivers. To be clear, Uber doesn't employ drivers. Instead, the service acts as a liaison between people who need rides and drivers who are in the area. According to a CNN report, this arrangement can bring in more than $500 a day, which amounts to a week of work for some taxi cab drivers. The magic of the app is that it makes a ride a win-win for all parties involved. The demand for Uber drivers is so high in some markets that drivers are being recruited even before they have their own cars. Since November 2013, registered drivers using the Uber app have been able to go to a dealership and buy designated Toyota or GM cars approved for the program at lower rates. Not to be outdone, a startup called Breeze is offering carless entrepreneurs the opportunity to cash in on the rideshare phenomenon by renting cars at $20 a day plus 25 cents a mile. Sounds like everyone wants to be an Uber ambassador. Much of Uber's success can be attributed to its completely disruptive approach to taking on the frustrating and broken taxi experience. Word of mouth and all the media hype helped Uber grow exponentially. Taxi companies were caught off guard and are now fighting back with a strong public relations campaign. The Who's Driving You campaign is painting ride-sharing as a modern-day form of hitchhiking. Taxi companies have also claimed that Uber passengers are unsafe because drivers are underinsured. Uber responded by providing a $1 million liability insurance coverage for each incident, in addition to the driver's own private insurance requirements, and are pre-inspecting all drivers' vehicles, which must be 2006 or newer. What's not said about the current insurance laws is that liability coverage for the same type of incident can be more than 400% greater in a privately owned Uber vehicle than in a taxi cab. Cab company owners are also calling for the public outrage of surge pricing, which many apps have used to attract drivers at peak times. Surge pricing was one of the key Uber innovations. It's also one of Uber's biggest sore points. Surge pricing during Superstorm Sandy forever changed sentiment around the company. While Travis Kalanick, Uber's founder, has not promised to get rid of surge pricing, he has indicated that they are looking for ways to bring better value to the consumer. In a recent interview with GigaOM.com, Travis Kalanick, founder and CEO of Uber, shared his insight into the company's direction. As Kalanick put it, FedEx delivers packages in a day, but Uber delivers town cars in 5 minutes. And once you can deliver a town car, you can deliver pretty much anything. And delivering pretty much anything has been part of the plan lately. Uber has experimented offering customers the chance to get on-demand Christmas trees, ice cream trucks, roses, kittens, and even skywriting for a limited period. But these have all been ways to taste their logistics network, have fun, and earn a lot of free media coverage. Their new, real products are a lot more serious and business savvy. Uber has launched an on-demand courier service in Manhattan. Uber Rush allows customers to have a messenger pick up and deliver any item that a normal human can carry. Users can track the GPS positions of their packages via the Uber app. Another noteworthy addition to Uber comes via a third party, Google Ventures. After investing $258 million, announced that Google Maps will now integrate Uber in test markets. Soon, when looking for travel options, the app will show you the best way to drive, bike, walk, or Uber there. A single tap launches the Uber app, and you'll be whisked away in a black car. The two companies complement each other and may have more projects in the future. Google is dabbling in the autonomous car industry and may soon allow you to ride in a Uber-hailed robotaxi to your next destination. So where else can Uber be a technology leader? In my survey, 85% of respondents answered that they would be interested in using other Uber-provided transportation services. 74% of respondents wanted same-day delivery or pickup of personal items such as flowers, chocolates, or gifts in their city. The next highest, at 72%, was drop-off or pickup of patients or VIP clients. Other suggestions included special event packages, such as a night on the town experience, helicopter services, and/or commuter pickup or drop-off at transit stations. I also conducted additional research and found the following complementary markets for Uber services. Uber Shop. There are hundreds of thousands of independent retail stores found in shopping malls across the country. To fulfill orders, they use next-day services such as UPS or FedEx. Uber Shop will deliver packages on the same day, making independent stores faster and more competitive than online retailers or big box stores. Uber Medical. The first target market is on-demand ambulance services. Many special needs patients require the use of specialized vehicles to transport them to and from appointments. This system is even more cumbersome than taxis, as clients must call days in advance and endure several drop-offs of other patients before reaching their destination. The second target market is for outpatient centers. Procedures such as plastic or eye surgery, dialysis, or chemotherapy require that patients be driven home after procedures. Uber Medical will allow doctors to feel confident that patients get home safe, and patients will be comfortably transported in luxury and introduced to Uber. It's a win-win. Uber has made a name for itself by creating a disruptive technology that enhances people's lives by providing convenience for some and entrepreneurial opportunities for others. This brand audit was an in-depth brand and marketing analysis. Hopefully, the information presented will help Uber continue to grow, not as another rideshare app, but as everyone's transportation concierge. Good luck, Uber.